Hello everybody, Chazdex here. Feels good to say that we are finally back in Planet Coaster. It's been a hot minute. I had some, if you didn't see my community post, I had some final stuff come up. And I haven't really had all that much motivation, but I'm finally back with the announcement of Planet Coaster 2. I'm back making videos, which is great. Anyway, enough about me. Let's talk about what I'm doing today. So today I'm kind of kicking off a new series that I'm going to be doing up until Planet Coaster 2's release. I'm beyond hyped for that game. My voice doesn't sound that excited right now because I kind of just woke up, but I'm hyped. Trust that I'll show some of that physically a little later, maybe, in my voice. But I'm very excited, so I figured instead of, everybody's doing like their final park and their Bon Voyage park, and this is my last park before I switch to Planet Coaster 2, which probably would have been my first park, which is kind of sad, but enough about that. What I'm going to be doing instead is that, I've had so many projects that I've never finished, such as the one that you're seeing right now. I just left them half done. Oh, pardon me. I'm going to have to bleep both of those burps. All three of those burps out. I'm gonna have to bleep those out. But anyway, sorry about that. But instead of doing like a big grandiose final park, what I figured I'd do for my final bit on this game is kind of just finish all the parks or all the projects which I felt they had a lot of potential, and I just never got around to finishing them. And this is one of them. So this is a indoor-outdoor Gearslauer Infinity. No, it's a Eurofighter. It's a Eurofighter, and I felt this had a lot of potential just because the theme was pretty interesting. It's like a abandoned outpost, and with like a mountain behind it, and then you go inside of the mountain. It's like cursed or whatever. I like that idea, and that's generally a theme that I like to play with. And then also the layout of it was really good, and it had really good operations, which is not something that I can say for most of my coasters. Most of my coasters, I think they're decent, but I never really put an emphasis on the coaster part of it. I definitely try to make them realistic, of course, but they always have like a little thing about them which I'm not always the happiest about. But this is definitely a coaster which I can look at it and say, okay, yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with that. That's creative. The layout's good, and I don't have to really worry about much of anything at this point now, because I'm doing it after I finish the layout part of it, and now I just really have to focus on theming, which is great. That's my foyer. Anyway, so what makes this coaster so great in my opinion is that it can run 3 train ops perfectly. Which I was just kind of impressed by when I opened it back up. I totally forgot that I made it do that, but yeah, everything runs super smoothly. Nobody's stopping on any brakes or any block sections, and that's not something I can say about all of my coasters. And then if there is a coaster that I can say that about, like the Mine Train coaster in my, sorry to say it, but now deceased park series, my A to Z park series. That Mine Train coaster, it had good operations, but that was only because I was doing less than it possibly could. This is doing the maximum that it possibly can, and it's running smoothly. But enough about operations. Let's talk about what I've been doing. So when I got this park file, I think I might have worked on it a little bit before I started recording, but when I got it, it was essentially just the coaster and then that disco ride. I'll put the name of the creator of the disco ride up there because I did not make that disco. But it was that with paths, and I'd already kind of made the fake queue because the queue for this ride is not real. It's not functioning. But I had already made that fake queue, and I already come up with this fence design, and I'd already done the disco. So I already had a couple things in place, but I ended up just ditching it because I didn't know what to do with it. And by the end of today's episode, it won't be completely finished. I'm going to do that off camera, and then, I'm going to finish it off camera, and then I'll just make a video showcasing it later on. I do have a camping trip coming up, which means I probably won't be able to do that very soon, but you guys will have cinematics at the end of this, so you'll be fine. What was I saying? I totally forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, the mountain. Was I talking about the mountain? I don't know. But I built the mountain. I built the mountain behind it, and that's something that I'm pretty proud of. You'll see that coming up in a little bit here. But the facade for that was pretty cool. I think by the end of this, all I really have to finish is I just have to add a transfer track, and I have to do something with this turnaround. Oh yeah, then I have to finish the buildings across the road. Ugh. You can't really see them in this time lapse, but there are some buildings across the road which I have to finish, because those are like, if this was in a park, this is like a mini land almost. I think you can kind of see them in the corner right there. But yeah, I was kind of stopping right there. You can see in the corner that those buildings are kind of like the entrance to the mini land. Another thing that I did with this coaster is that I did some custom supporting for it recently. Like that wasn't something that I had before. I added custom supporting, but I don't think I got that on camera, so you guys won't be able to see those being done. But I did do them, and you will see them. And I also think you're gonna see the custom footers that I did. Actually, I'm not. Why am I talking about stuff that's going on later? Let's talk about what's happening now. That fence. I am pretty happy with that fence that I did. That's a pretty consistent. Oh wait, shut up me. We got something going on right here. This is one of the big main events, and this is why this build has taken a while, because of this. This is my first piece of TMTK. I do fix it later because this first edition of it is pretty rough, but what it is that it's a sign for the ride, and it's called the Curse of Iron Falls. That's what the ride's called, the Curse of Iron Falls. And I made that ride sign in Blender, and I put it into the game, so I'm pretty happy with that. I do really like how that ride sign turned out. There's some texture glitching, but I don't care enough to fix that right now. Right here, when I'm building right behind it, I thought it'd be cool to kind of give the station a little bit more presence, to put like another building in front of it, because the station right now, you couldn't really tell. It's supposed to be like an abandoned like workstation in the tropics, but you can't really tell that right now, or you couldn't tell it, because it was literally just like that one station building, and that was about it. So I figured I might add this one extra building up front, and yeah, you can see I'm trying to fix the sign, like maybe the orientation or something, but that didn't do it. But yeah, I added this building up front, and this acts as, in real life, this acts as like the photo booth for the ride, but it also just acts to give a little bit more depth, a little bit more oomph to the area, because it kind of just looked like one sad little building on top of this little hill, and it didn't feel like an actual like stationed outpost. So that's what I'm doing right now. It's weird. I've had like this. I have this like thing in my throat. Come on. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. I cannot talk clear right now. Anyway, this ride is called the Curse of Iron Falls. I still don't know how I'm gonna implement that curse idea into it. Sorry, I'm fidgeting with myself while I'm recording. This is unprofessional, and I'm trying to not do any cuts this episode, because I kind of procrastinated. I know I procrastinated making this video a lot. Anyway, but what am I saying? I procrastinated making this video a lot, and I also have a lot of other things that I have to do today that I procrastinated because I'm leaving for a trip tomorrow. I have to have all these things done before the trip. Anyway, window for the photos. I ended up putting it on the opposite side because I never intended this to be a photos unit, but then once I was like, oh wait, that window looks pretty good, we can make this a photos unit, I ended up switching it over to the other side so that when they come out of the exit, they'll see the photos unit, And then I think I kind of look for a photos sign in TMTK, but nobody's made that. There's a lot of things in TMTK now that I can make TMTK that I'm debating making, but I think I'm gonna wait until Planet Coaster 2. I'm not good at TMTK, but I'm gonna wait until Planet Coaster 2 to make some more, because I just want to assist the community, and maybe they might like change the TMTK tools or something, make them a little bit more streamlined, hopefully. I mean, actually no, I think the TMTK tools are streamlined as they're gonna get right now, but I hope that they at least make it a little bit easier, because I don't know. Anyway, there are some things that I wish were in TMTK right now that aren't. Like I got AC installed recently, like air conditioning installed, and I saw the AC unit on the side of the building, and that thing looks really cool. And I haven't seen any others like it. It's like a modern AC thing, and I was like, hey, I should 3D scan this and put this in the Planet Coaster. But I don't think I'm gonna do that right now, because just because like we're so close to Planet Coaster 2, that would be a lot of work for something that it's like a system that might change in like the coming months. So I don't know, I'm rambling, y'all. The sign right there, I surrounded it in rock work and iron, just to kind of integrate everything a little bit better, because the building was kind of looking a little lonely, and by putting some rocks around it, it looked a little better. This is a long episode, guys. I don't know. Oh, actually no, it's not that long. We're nearing the end, and I'm just looking around. I should have edited this out. Oh yes, this is the cool part. I mean, I think everything so far has been pretty cool, but this is the coolest part in my opinion. I did these custom footers because I was trying to use all the in-game footers, but I was just kind of pissed off that they didn't have the same ones that are made when you spawn the coaster. Like when the auto supports, they don't have those footers in game. This is something that I hope they change in Planet Coaster 2. I really hope they fix the footers and give us identical ones to the ones that they have when they auto generate. But I was just like, hey, you know what? I'm bored. I'm procrastinating doing the important theming, like the ride theming. So let's maybe try to make these replica footers. In the end, I think these footers did look pretty decent. And then like if you're looking from far away, you can't really tell the difference. I mean, of course, like if you're looking, like you're actively looking, you're gonna see the difference, even if you are far away. But if you're just glancing at the ride and you're looking at the ride as a whole and not at the supports, I think they blend in pretty well, and I'm pretty proud of this. I did make them a blueprint. I still need to upload it to the Steam Workshop, which is something I will do. But yeah, no, I'm really happy with them. And I don't know why I did not cut this out. There's a lot of, I'm doing this video on a time crunch, guys. Last night I edited this footage down, and then I woke up and I was like, okay, I need to do this voiceover. I have a lot of stuff out because I'll give you guys a little insight to my life. I'm running a D&D Dungeons and Dragons campaign. It's a bit of a stretch to call it a D&D campaign. It's more of a homebrew campaign. But I'm running one on this camping trip that I'm taking. So that like in between like all the stuff we're doing while we're camping, at the camp, me and my friends, we can do this D&D campaign. But I've planned it out like day by day, so I know what everybody's gonna be doing every day. But oh boy, I have not. I have a little bit more to do. And then on top of that, I also promised everybody that I'm going to 3D model all of their characters, so that they all have like, and then 3D print them so that they all have like these little characters to play with. Luckily, I'm almost done with that, but today's been like a real work day, so I've had like this agenda of everything that I need to do. And so far, as of recording this, I am almost done with the agenda. Speaking of being almost done with stuff, this video is almost done. That kind of flew by. Who knew? Who knew you can talk? When I record stuff like this and I'm just kind of talking to the microphone like it's a friend, it kind of goes by pretty fast. So I hope you guys kind of like that. It's only 14 minutes, so it's not my longest video ever. Actually, no, this might be one of my longer videos. 15 minutes now. Just went to 15 minutes. Anyway, videos coming to an end. I think I might have accidentally edited out some of the parts of the video where I like did the rock work on the building, which is kind of important. But anyway, that's enough for me. Here's the cinematics of everything that I did, even if it wasn't fully pictured in the video. All right, bye.